They don't like me, I'ma live my life anyway. I ain't fucking with her if she ain't watching anime. You know the finest women in the world, you know they cosplay. Pocket full of money, yeah, yeah. Man, I came to play, yeah, yeah. Drop top, yeah, yeah. Drop top, yeah, yeah. All summer, yeah, yeah. I won't stop, yeah, yeah. Beat going crazy, it's a whole vibe.
All right, we are recording.
Okay, we're finally recording. We're finally finna do this shit. Like, man, they've been missing us and shit like that. Listen, when we started, you let me know when we started.
Oh, we started. Why did you stop talking?
Well, we added. We don't worry. We gonna edit all that anyway, so it don't even matter. But listen, y'all. Welcome back to Nerd on the Street. But welcome back to the block, yo. Welcome back to the block, B. Okay, listen. I know. Listen, don't be mad at us, sir. Be mad at her. Don't be mad at me, y'all. Just be mad at her, okay? Because you know our schedule's just so hectic. She got like 20 jobs.
Excuse me for having 3 jobs. God.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, lucky people know that you've been having like 3 jobs, and oh my god, I just been so busy and stuff like that. So yeah, listen, y'all, we got a lot of stuff coming. We got a lot of stuff coming for y'all, man. Just a lot of big announcements and stuff like that. So just bear with us, y'all. But listen, just know we did miss y'all. We did miss y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel. You know, channel been going crazy. Thank you for following us on the IG. The IG been going crazy, man. We just love y'all for real. So, you know, let's get on it, man. What we talking about today?
Today we are talking about Black cosplayers and the hate that they receive for existing.
Let's leave it. Let's shout out to all the Black cosplayers, okay? Let's because the cosplayers I be seeing, they be just simply amazing. So first of all, before we even start this topic, thank y'all and keep on doing what y'all doing. And I got something special coming for y'all literally next Friday. So listen, it's up. But first of all, I just want to say this right here. If you hating on Black cosplayers, you are just probably like the wackest guy, wackest girl. You're probably a virgin. You're probably just like very unhappy with yourself because I mean, how petty do you got to be to literally tell somebody that an anime character is not Black? I think we know that. I really do think that we actually know that the cosplayer is Black, and
and there was actually I saw a comment the other day. It may have been yesterday. This guy said that if a white cosplayer cosplayed as an African American, Black people would be so mad. I said that's 100% not true. Yeah. Because I've seen white cosplayers cosplay as African American characters all the time, and they do it perfect without having to do blackface. That is where there would be a problem. There's absolutely no reason, unless the person is blue, green, or whatever, there's absolutely no reason for you to paint your face whatsoever. And a lot of Black cosplayers pinpoint their cosplay, like they have the cosplay to a T without having to change their skin color. And they're not what the characters they're playing are not white. So you're talking about the character's not Black, the character's not white either.
Yeah, they're kind of like Japanese, you know. I mean, last time I checked, y'all not living in fucking Shiganshia, okay? Y'all not living in fucking. Y'all live in Tennessee. You live in Florida. You live in Utah, okay? You're nowhere near Japan.
California.
You're nowhere near Japan. Like, who gives these guys the right to just be? Oh my God, they're not Black. We know that they're not Black. We know that they're not white. It really doesn't matter. Like
that's almost basically saying like you can't do anything related to anime because you're Black. And it's almost like you're saying you can't even watch anime because you're Black. And it's like you're white and the characters are Asian. So what are you really saying here? If you want to be racist, that's
just say it. Just okay. Yeah, we said it. It's out now. If you want to be racist, just say it.
I'm okay. Racist. That's all you gotta say.
I don't know how it's gonna go on social media, but I don't know. But
the cosplayers The Black cosplayers, y'all are doing an absolutely fabulous job. Everything you've done up to this point has been on point. Even if you don't know how to do makeup, you don't put contacts in, but you're nailing these characters, and everybody, as long as you know who the character is, they've done the cosplay correctly. Because if you're saying, well, Hinata's not Black, but you recognize that it's Hinata, they've done their job, literally. It doesn't matter.
And you actually, honestly, what's really hurting me is that I just don't like the fact that it's kind of making the community very, very toxic. Like, the anime community has no business being toxic. I seen this one cosplayer, she was just like, I love anime and I love cosplayer, but y'all make it not fun. And that's what cosplay is
And
supposed to be.
cosplay is for
Very
everybody.
fun.
Cosplay
It's
is literally for everybody.
literally for everybody. Like, I don't know the dude's name from the black guy introduced in Fire Force to season 2, but I seen somebody I do cosplay him and I didn't see nothing wrong with it. Like, nothing at all. That's just his favorite character. Who cares? Like, no one's gonna care if you damn cosplay fucking what's his name? Samuel Jackson from Star Wars. No one cares. We don't care.
I mean, as long as you're doing it, and then and that's what I have to keep reiterating to a lot of people, and especially that comment that I saw on TikTok the other day where they were like, Black people would be mad if somebody cosplayed as a Black person. That's not true, because as long as you're nailing the character, then there's nothing to discuss. Now, if you just went and did the character and had to do blackface, there's no reason for you to do that, because if you got everything done, if you got the outfit, you got the hair, you got the contacts, you got the makeup, even if you don't do the makeup and you don't do the contacts, if you got the hair, you got the outfit, and we basically know who it is that you're doing, but you did it, you know, in the most basic way, because you're not that advanced in the makeup and you're not that advanced with like the contacts or anything like that, but we know who you did.
Right.
Then you've done it fine. And as long as you're having a good time, there's not a problem. There's absolutely no reason for anybody to get upset about a character being done because it's an admiration of something that we like.
Exactly.
And people are just going super overboard with it. And they're right. It makes it not fun to do, because if you're going to complain about it, I could see if you were saying, you know, I understand what you went for, but kind of missed the mark a little bit. That's not being mad, but that's just, you know, giving criticism. You know, if you do A, B, and C, then you'll have the character perfect. Not, you can't do that character because that character is not Black. Who cares?
It'll be Black today.
Who cares? Literally. There's nothing Black today.
I mean, it's honestly just saddening that I mean, first of all, let's leave with this. I mean, everybody in the anime community, they already know they've experienced bullying in some way, form, or fashion, and now you're trying to do to others what others done to you, which that just doesn't make it cool whatsoever. Especially when we all love in the same.
And the nerd community, and a lot of people are like intimidated by the nerd community. And this is what I tell a lot of people when you're getting into the nerd community and you've just started watching anime. Do not engage in any conversation unless you have a question. And that's not trying to discourage anybody, but you're a newbie coming into a group of advanced nerds. And you say something out the way, and there is World War III in there, because there's going to be people trying to defend you. You're trying to defend yourself. And then it's just like people who are just unbelievably toxic within the community, just going after you unnecessarily because you said something out the way.
And you know what's crazy?
Don't engage in the conversation.
I think, like, we all, don't get me wrong, like, I think this is the entire world, not just the anime community. We all get caught up in our opinions. And at the end of the day, we need to understand what it is. Our opinions. If you say Attack on Titan,
your opinion is not fact.
If you say Attack on Titan trash, okay, cool. You know, I might look at you crazy.
But you know what is okay? So there are different levels to whatever. So it's cool to say that you didn't like something. It's not your cup of tea. I will say 1,000,001 times, I hate One Piece. I hate it. I went to almost 700 episodes, and before anybody asks for a review, because as somebody who does reviews, I don't feel like I've done my job properly. I do not watch something in its entirety. So skipping things and just, why didn't you just watch the first like 10 episodes and then do a review? That's not how you do a review. That doesn't, because then you're missing information. I went 700 episodes. It did not hit for me. I hate it.
You know what's
I
crazy?
hate artwork, all of that. But there are some people who Attack on Titan is garbage. Well, how many episodes did you watch? 2.
What?
Okay. I mean, if that's how you form your opinion, most people within the anime community give a show at least 5. There's like a 5-episode rule that they have going around. That they honestly, give a show at least 5 episodes, especially this one.
Yeah, with anime, I think with animes now, like honestly, they get. I'm not saying they getting shorter, but like they like 12 episodes now. Like I just finished High Rise Invasion, and I'm not gonna lie, I was very upset that it was only 12 episodes. Very upset.
Yeah, I mean, and there are some where you can give 2 or 3 episodes before you get into it. But something like Attack on Titan that's 4 seasons long, and you stopped on episode 3 because you didn't like how the Titans looked, but you didn't pay attention to the story or anything like that or what was happening. You just don't like how the Titans look. The Titans look weird, and it throws you off. But at this point, you don't really have like
you don't have a real opinion. I can use the example of like I tried to put somebody up on 7 Deadly Sins, and they just couldn't get past Meliodas. Like they could not get past Meliodas' freaky ass, and that was okay. You know what? I was like, okay,
that is okay.
He's like, I was like,
but you know, the same thing with the irregular at Magic High School. Somebody in another group that I was in said, you know, I just started a regular Magic High School, and they're like, are the brother and sister like this weirdly close the whole time? And I'm like, the show is absolutely amazing. The regular Magic High School is great. If you can get past how weirdly close the brother and sister are, and actually just pay attention to the entire story, the story in its entirety, and everybody's powers and what's really going on, you'll actually love it. But you'll know that them being as close as they are is weird as hell. And he's gotten past, like he was able to get past that. Some things you're not able to get past. I can understand with Attack on Titan, you can't get past how creepy and weird and freaky the Titans are. But, you know, you say, well, I finished season 1 and I just really can't get past that. Okay, that's fine. You finished an entire season and you have that opinion. It's not something that's clicking with you. But 2 or 3 episodes in and you don't even know what the story is about.
Right. Because I'm not gonna lie, like when I first looked at Attack on Titan, like the anime style was really different for me, and I was like, okay, it looks weird. But then when I watched it, I said, yeah, I don't care how it definitely fire. So I don't think people like actually like real deal. I mean, even though like we're definitely getting off topic, but still, this anime stuff is all
it's really part of the topic.
Yeah, this anime stuff is all like I hear a lot of times, and this I'm glad we on this topic because we can actually start talking about gatekeeping too. We can kind of glump gatekeepers in there too. Like I hear a lot of gatekeeping in anime, and I'm like, this is supposed to be a very welcoming community.
There's gatekeeping in cosplay too. Like that's the whole thing with you can't cosplay that character because that character is not Black. That's gatekeeping. You can't. There's so much gatekeeping in that. Like it's not just even with anime, it's with comic books too. Because even in my comic book series, people are like, well, if you don't know that her powers go to the left, then you really shouldn't be reading anything about it. Don't tell people that. You can't expect everybody to know everything that you know, which is why when I do the comic book videos, I do them in its entirety instead of nitpicking different things to tell you about, because then you're not going to know really what I'm talking about. And it's not going to fit your narrative and you're not going to go look it up.
Right.
But if the character is interesting and I'm giving you all of the information, then you're going to go look it up and be like, well, I want to purchase that book. You can't keep people out of the community just because they don't know as much as you do. We always want the community to grow.
And I mean, that's the point of like, okay, if people don't know something, then it should be okay for you. Like, oh, okay, I could educate you on this. I mean, people have to be willing.
Exactly.
And I mean, a lot of people are willing to learn about stuff. Like, it's crazy. A lot of people are willing to learn about stuff, and people just be like, no, you just shouldn't know. You should just stop watching it. You should jump off a bridge. because you
Like,
said
and
Sailor
you
Moon.
shouldn't be cosplaying this person. That's not true. You should cosplay whoever you want to cosplay. That's just when people are, well, you're not enjoying the show correctly because you don't like Goku. Bullshit. I can say that I hate Goku with a passion and still enjoy Dragon Ball Z. I just want to see all of the other characters do something. I don't want to always see Goku. You're not liking the character. You're not understanding the story correctly if you're liking Levi over Erwin. Shut up.
Listen.
Shut up. Shut
First
up.
of all,
Stop doing
I
that.
mean, okay, I'm just to go back to your first point with the Goku. First of all, Dragon Ball Z has no story. And the story is Frieza. The story is bad guys come to Earth, Goku beat them up, and they send them packing. Okay, there's no story whatsoever, no twists, no turns, no nothing. And as far as Levi, I mean, it's Levi. He really needs his own spinoff, but you know.
But I'm just saying, like, people, that's how people like gatekeep. Like, they're telling you that you're enjoying a show incorrectly because you don't like the same character as them. And that's not how you keep people in the community or even get people into the community. A lot of people's first anime was not Dragon Ball Z. A lot of people's first anime was not Sailor Moon. A lot of people's first anime was Outlaw Star. And half the people who are gatekeeping don't even know what Outlaw Star is. So when someone's like, oh yeah, my favorite anime and my first anime was Outlaw Star. Well, I've never even heard of that. Is that even real? Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of real. You know, it's funny you said that because don't you remember we had that conversation about those Chinese cats that was on, like, was it PBS?
Yes, the Siamese cats.
Yeah, and I think is that a real show? Yeah. I didn't watch it.
Oban Star Racers. Oban Star Racers is a French-Japanese anime, and people were like, I felt like me and my brothers felt like we were going crazy because we were like, oh yeah, we like Oban Star Racers, and people were like,
what's that? What's that?
And when I posted it on the TikToks as, you know, an anime for beginners, so many people came out and they were like, oh my God, I remember Oban Star Racers. And someone was like, I could have sworn Oban Star Racers was like a head dream. Like I just made it up in my mind. I was like, I felt like that too, but like it came on Jetix.
Okay, first of all, if you think anime, you just created in your mind.
Like they're like, I could have sworn that I just thought of this like racing anime with people with round faces and no noses, and I was like, I always thought it was headcanon, but
you know what's
it played on TEDx.
You know what's so crazy? I wish I could, like, I swear to God, I wish I could remember the show is called. Like, if I ever figure out what the show is called, I bet nobody's gonna know because it was literally like fighting puppets on Toonami. Huh?
Zatch Bell.
No, it wasn't no Zatch Bell. There was real puppets, like Muppets. Like there was puppets, but they was fighting each other. And like it was the dude who did Goku's voice, he was on the show. And like I swear to God, it had like 4 episodes and they cut it off.
Oh.
And I was like, damn. And I liked it. I was like, oh shit. Man, they cut that shit off so fast. That shit was terrible. But I liked it.
Oh my God.
No, it was this one. No, listen, I don't know. But if I post that show, I bet nobody gonna know about it. And in my mind, like I swear to God, that was a real show. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I know
it always makes you feel like you are, and that's the Mandela effect because it always.
And on the top of that, y'all really need to put a little more respect on Zatch Bell, but that's just another video for another.
But you know what? That's another thing because there were a lot of people who cosplayed from a couple characters from Zatch Bell and from Oban Star Racers. It was 2 Black girls, and of course, people were just like, "Well, you can't really. Why? Y'all don't even know what she's doing because you haven't watched it. What anime is that supposed to be?" And then when they say it, then you're just like, that's not even real. You just completely make that up. But cosplay isn't always about cosplaying characters that already exist. If you are a fantasy person and you want to cosplay as a fantasy character, you're more than welcome to do that. If you draw, you are more than welcome to become your drawing.
You can actually create your own characters.
Exactly. And people just because it's not something that you got to watch or that you haven't seen and you're not into fantasy, it doesn't mean anything. Because as long as it's a character and somebody is dressing up as a character, it's cosplay. And it's just like everybody just cosplay is for everybody. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your size. It doesn't matter anything like that. It's never been like that. It's always been for everybody. And I just cannot, for the life of me, understand why you would keep people from having fun and dressing up as their favorite characters. But it also takes us back to the part when they said that anime doesn't deal with racial issues. And I was
listen, honestly, to be very honest, like, there's no way. I don't know if we need to say this for another video. We just need to just dive into this right now. Because there is listen, and for everybody watching this, let me just make this very clear. Discrimination and racism is the same thing. It's literally the same thing. So if you're discriminating, if you can't be an Attack on Titan fan and be like, they're not talking about racism. When that's all Marleyans are doing.
Yeah. Literally,
Gabby is literally no, listen, no real shit. Gabby is literally a product of brainwashing. She hate her people so bad. She is a Eldian. I know she like to think sorry. She's a good Eldian.
Yeah,
she's a good Eldian.
She's got the good
little armband. She said, if I take this off, I won't be a good Eldian. Really? These are your people you killing. But they programmed her to kill her own people. That's racism. Literally. They're literally racism. They hate people for no reason. They just, 1,000 years. You wasn't born 1,000 years ago. Let's leave with that. 1,000 years ago, Eldia did something so horrific that we're going to hate them for life. And we're going to tell the whole world to hate them. And we're going to blow up this one little bitty island with a little bit of people on there who don't even know y'all people exist. So
literally, they had absolutely no fucking idea.
They didn't know people. They thought they were the last bit of people on the earth, and they was in the inside of a wall, literally inside of a wall, getting terrorized by Titans. They just like, Titans are evil, and oh my god, I just wish I could go see the ocean and stuff like that. And them other niggas like, we finna kill these motherfuckers, these devils. We gonna kill these black devils, really? Come on now. Like, okay, I was watching Radiant, and oh my god, I wish I can go back and like look at the dude's name, pull up his name. Dude had to be more racist than Frieza. Like, every other sentence was, we gotta kill these people. These people are a disease, a poison. Like, he was willing to knock off a whole town full of immigrants. Like, we gotta repurify our people. We're just infested with all these immigrants.
If you don't think that there's racism in anime, literally Frieza's greeting every fucking episode is "Hello, monkeys." So I mean, let's just saying. Let's just imagine if Goku was black for a second. Just for a minute. Come on now.
Like, I mean,
let's be real.
There's literally, I mean, honestly, there might be discrimination in almost every single last anime, like Sasuke, the whole Uchiha clan.
Somebody actually said that they weren't discriminated against and there was no racism. And I'm just trying to figure out
what do you call keeping an eye on people, moving them to the edge of the village just so you can keep their eye on them. And
because their bloodline is just, yeah. But anyway, really, that's really all we have to say on that subject, because again, cosplay is for everybody, anime is for everybody. If you're wanting to get somebody into anime, wanting to get into anime yourself, think of things that you normally like to watch. So if you like to watch dramas, or you like to watch crime shows or stuff like that, then find an anime that coincides with that, because I guarantee you, like, say you like, police shows, crime shows, Psychopaths, you absolutely love Psychopaths. It's a cop show. Okay.
Wow, I thought my mom was gonna bust it here.
Anyway.
Yeah.
See, this is the first time. Anyway, if you like, Death Note is also a good one. If honestly, you like mystery or just straight out death, Another is a good one. Straight out death. If you liked Final Destination, like things like that, Another is a good one. Another is a good one to start with.
See,
or When They Cry. Either one.
I think people be very, very surprised when like they find out how many genres of anime there is. Like when people think about anime, they think it's just like Dragon Ball Z. It's all like Dragon Ball Z. They all
Dragon Ball Z or Naruto or One Piece.
They all shooting powers out their ass. They all blah 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 blah. No, actually, there's actually animes like I'm digging them sports animes right now. Like I'm hunting them down. I'm busting them all down. I don't care about swimming, but I like free. I don't care about
I love free.
Track. I don't care about track and field. I love Princess Stride. I damn sure don't care about no volleyball. Haikyuu right now, I'm gonna just say this right now on video. Haikyuu probably one of the best sports animes ever.
Princess Tennis is actually really, really good.
I have to check that out too. I don't know.
I'm just saying, there's anime and there's things out there for everybody, and literally. It's just it should be an inviting experience as opposed to a fighting one.
Of course. Like, I mean, goodness gracious. First of all, like the type of connection that you make with people just like based off anime, like, man, like, come on now. Like, I need to classic. Come on now. Like, anime just so, it's a special place. And y'all making it not special no more. And I don't appreciate that. Like, I mean, this stuff that I've been watching since I was 4 or 5 years old. That's 26 years strong. I've been watching anime longer than most of y'all motherfuckers been living. So for y'all to like really do come into this community and make it toxic, it's sad. Sad. I don't appreciate it, man. So yeah, listen.
We all just collectively have to do better.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't want to say all of it gotta do better because hell, nigga, when motherfuckers say they don't want the anime, I'm putting them up on everything. Like Death Note. I'm putting
not even necessarily like that, but just like protecting the community because toxicity keeps people away and then pushes people who are already in there. So just collectively we have to get rid of the toxic behavior.
Yes, ma'am. That's big facts. Big facts. That is a fact.
But before I get yelled at again.
That's a long process. That's coincides with the damn ending racism. So,
but before I get yelled at again, thank you guys for joining us on this episode. Finally.
And listen, we got a lot. Hold on, before you go, we gotta make these announcements. Listen, we are expanding the content on the channel. We got something for our wrestling fans. We got something for our Disney fans. We got something for
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings,
actually,
Star Wars.
June 3rd. Listen, everybody in my New York area, June 3rd, they are literally opening a Harry Potter. Is it a store? I just seen it. Y'all need to get up in there. If I was in the NY, I'd be in there June 3rd, man. Camping outside for. I think I might go. I ain't gonna camp. I might go, but still.
We're also going to probably, like when it comes to the nerdy stuff, have reviews on the channel as well as on K-Ray's Corner. But coming soon, we are going to do WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier ends this week. But to hold everybody over, The Bad Batch starts on Star Wars Day, which is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And after that is Loki. Then we've got Black Widow. So just a lot of things coming soon and very soon, back to back. This year belongs to Disney. Let's just talk about this one.
Listen, come on now. Everywhere every year belongs to Disney, okay? Come on now. They own everything, okay? So we can't even say no shit like that. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Listen, we finally got this Zoom thing proper, y'all. So we're gonna be dropping this content as much as possible. Long story short, as much as possible. This pandemic ain't slowing shit down. Okay, let's leave with that. This pandemic ain't slowing shit down. We on Zoom now, and now we're gonna be doing this shit because we up like that.
All right, thank you guys so much, and tune in next time.
Yes, ma'am.